Okay, so is it recording? Yeah. All right, so first of all, right off the bat, question number one. Okay, listen. We're going to have a parabola and we're going to have a line. Okay, so the parabola is going to look something like this, and the line is going to look something like this. If you want to graph it, go ahead. For me, I'm going to do it algebraically. That's the way I prefer. Let me show you how easy the algebra way is. So I'm going to do my work on their graph because I would much prefer to do it by algebra. So what I'm going to do is this. My negative x plus 1 can be put right in for y. So instead of writing y, I can write the negative x plus 1 because I'll substitute this in. So I'll rewrite this first equation with negative x plus 1 instead of y. So I'll substitute. So I'm going to rewrite this as a negative x plus 1 equals my x squared plus my 5x plus my 6. Okay? I'm not even going to graph it. To me, that seems like the most tedious way to do it is just by graphing. I much prefer algebra. Now, Quinn's doing the calculator because he likes technology, right, Quinn? Yes. And that's fine. So I'm going to go plus x minus 1 minus 1, and I'll have 0 equals x squared plus 6x plus 5, right? Okay, now, what times what makes 5?
1.
And 5.
Oh.
Right, 1 and 5. What's 1 plus 5? It'll factor, right? Won't it factor? So I'm going to factor it into x plus 1, x plus 5. Okay. My mini equations are going to be at x equals negative 1 and x equals negative 5. So these two lines, these two graphs, have 2 points of intersection. Now there's 2 points because I have two x values, okay? Sometimes there's only 1 point of intersection. Sometimes there's none. But we'll know by solving it, won't we, okay? So I need the corresponding y values. So to get the corresponding y values, let's do that over here. Let's take our negative 1. And do you want to plug it into the first or second equation?
Second.
Definitely the second equation. And the second equation, so I take my negative 1 and plug it into here. I'd have a y equals a negative 1 plus 1, and Landon's right, it's 2. So one of my answers then is going to be negative 1, 2. That's 1 point of intersection. I bet that's what Quinn got on his calculator. Of course you did.
Were you faster?
Yes.
Okay. And that's why I showed both, right, Quinn?
That's right.
Because I knew some kids would like that. Now let's get the other value. Let's take my negative 5 and plug it into the second equation. So we'll go y equals a negative 5 plus 1, which makes a 6, right?
So 6 negative.
So it's negative 5, 6. Quinn, I bet that's what you got, isn't it?
That's what I got.
Perfect. So the moral of the story is this.
Wait.
You can use, Quinn, you can use either method, right? And you have to pick or decide which method you prefer. I prefer the math, okay? I prefer the math, okay? All right, let's check it out. Let's do a couple more of these, okay? Oops, sorry. Okay. Let's shift over to, let's go to number 11, okay? We're going to go to 11 when you're ready, okay? I don't know. Sometimes that sewer system doesn't work, right? Thanks, Landon. Yes?
You didn't get my joke. Like the cancels each other out.
Dad.
Which one?
Number 2.
It smells like hot dogs.
Oh, you're so funny, Landon. Oh, yeah. Landon.
Not the organs. I do yes.
What's that? Huh?
I'm getting some credit.
I'm confused.
It might be. It doesn't work. All right, give me 5. I'm not done. I'm not done. So let's take a look at question number 11. Okay, let's go to question number 11. Now it says by elimination. Okay, so to do elimination, you don't have to do it by elimination, but I'll show you how elimination works. Okay. So do elimination. If I eliminate the y's, then the y's are going to be gone. Okay? So to eliminate the y's, I'm going to subtract. Okay? So if I subtract, the y's disappear and you're left with 0. Y minus y is 0 equals x squared. I'm going to subtract x squared. There's no other x squareds. 3x minus 3x is gone. And a negative 5. Got to be careful. A negative 5. This is a minus 1. This is a minus 1, which is really plus 1. So you get negative 5 plus 1, which makes negative 4. Okay?
Wait, hold up.
Zero.
Hold up. Check it out.
Okay.
Okay, can you start from the beginning?
Okay, right from the beginning. I'll do the work over here. So if I go y equals x squared plus 3x minus 5, and I subtract a y, and I subtract a 3x, and land it real quickly, watch. If I subtract a negative 1,
It's a
plus 1, right? Okay. Y's cancel.
Oh, wait, hold up.
0.
0 equals.
X squared,
Wait, what happened to that 3?
gone.
Because it's a negative and a positive.
Minus 4, okay?
Crazy.
Can you solve for x?
No.
Sure. Factor, right? X plus 2, x minus 2, right? Mini equations.
So it's 2 and 2.
X
Or
equals,
2 and 2.
yeah. Those are the x values, right? To get the corresponding y values, we just plug them in, right? So I'm going to kind of do this real quickly because we're going to run out of time. If I plug negative 2 into this one, okay? I'll get negative 6 minus 1 is negative 7. So I'll get a negative 2, negative 7. Want to do it again? Negative 2 right in there. And then 2, and if I plug 2 into here, 3 times 2 is 6, minus 1 is 5. Okay, now, it is possible, before I quit, I'm going to turn the page way back. I'm going to turn the page way back, and I'm going to show you a couple of things, and I'll be done, okay? Okay, can I turn the page way back? So, it is possible, on our notes, okay, turn your book to your notes. It is possible for 2 answers, right? It's possible to have 2 answers, and that's what we've seen. Now I'm running out of time to show you the others, but it is also possible to have.
No, we get out at 11:25.
Oh, that's awesome! I got to get used to it. Okay, just a sec, Caleb. It is possible to have 1 answer. Okay, and it's possible to have no answers. Okay, now if you graph the no answers, you can see it, Quinn. Okay, if you graph them, the no answers will be obvious. You can see it. Okay, if you do it by math, if you get an answer with I. If you get an answer with I, then you know there's no answers, okay? Yes, Caleb.
How do I know which X to plug in?
How do I know which X to plug in? If you have 2, you can plug in both, because it's 2 answers. So you plug in first X, you plug in the first X, get an answer. Plug in the second X, plug in the second X.
So you plug them in the same equation?
Yes.
Okay.
Doesn't have to be the same equation, but may as well always be the easiest equation. Good question. Okay, now.